welcome back to the CaMMvets Radio Report on WVOX AM 1460, heard around the world on WVOX.com. We have a special guest coming up on the line, but first, here's Ken.
Hey, thanks, Jack.
Ready for the phone
from our work at West Point, we're very privileged to meet some of the graduates of the Academy and so many of the officers who work there. And one of the people we've been so pleased to meet and stay involved with over the years is Dan Rice. He is the president of the Thayer Leadership Group, which is an executive leadership coaching organization. He's head of the Thayer Hotel, which you see when you go right into West Point on the right side. But this year, he's taken on a special role as an advisor to the Commander-in-Chief of the Ukraine military. And Dan, nice to see you. Thanks for calling in today.
Absolutely, Ken. It's great to speak with you again, and good luck to be on the call. Yep. Thank you.
Well, we've appreciated a few chances to talk over the years, and you've got an extraordinary background in the U.S. Army, 3 master's degrees, a PhD, and tell us a little bit about how you got involved this year, being able to support the Ukraine military.
Yeah, that's so in my head right now.
It was an unbelievable,
I like that.
situation.
Is that song actually longer, or he just cuts it like, is that a real song?
4th of February, 2022.
Don't know.
It's a random occurrence that got me
involved.
You
forgot to do one thing.
I met a woman in a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just thought about it.
Was Ukrainian, and she was very upset because her family was in Ukraine, and she couldn't get them out.
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be like
the main.
It's gotta be like second nature. When you step up to the board, you know.
I recommended.
And I'm doing a show.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta do this one thing first.
Oh, yeah, it's important, yo.
So she took my advice.
Because that's how you know. It's how you judge when that's coming up. So you really need to do. Remember to do. Like I said, that's like top of the list for you. That's what you need to know the most.
That's like first priority.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first month they spent in my home, and mother.
I usually don't slip my mind, but sometimes I do. I gotta.
And he is the commander of Ukraine forces.
Focus on that.
She saw a bunch of my West Point things around the house.
And
she didn't speak English, but she sent me a Google text and said, "Would you like to meet General Zaluzny?" And I said, "Of course." So I was on a Zoom.
Who's doing a 3 o'clock show?
Senior staff.
I'm gonna do that
and then
show.
That's
he invited me to come over, and I flew 2 days later over to Krakow. Made my way in by bus into Lviv, and then went up with friendly forces.
Oh, wow.
So went up with General Zaluzny.
What I say,
And we really had a great relationship from the start. We spoke mostly about leadership, leader development, how he's trained the Army to prepare to fight the Russians.
That's why I'm gonna do it.
Just started writing about it, and because there was no U.S. military there, and there's still no U.S. military there, as per our administration's decision to pull all the forces out.
Is there news after this
too? A lot of people like this for advice. So I became a special advisor to General
Usually 5
Zaluzny,
minutes at the top.
and I have traveled 3 times back and forth in combat, and have a great relationship.
So you mean
contributing to what will soon be
between
for Ukraine.
10.
Well, that's tremendous.
Between 10 and 4 o'clock. It's like that.
So he's not talking.
Just have you mentioned your military career, because you're in the Army. And
oh, yeah.
So I would write the favor. But I think he's about to ask another question.
Talk a little bit about your service in the U.S. Army.
Sure. I was originally in the field artillery, went through airborne and ranger training, was qualified there, and then served a tour in Turkey, and then Colorado Springs and Fort Carson, and I was howitzer trained, and then multiple on-top system trained. And then I got out and went back, went to civilian role, and went back to grad school at Kellogg. And then on 9/11, I called the Army and volunteered to rejoin and join the National Guard. And then eventually went over to Iraq in 2004 as an infantry officer. He served in Iraq.
Don said he was going to do it. He was going to what happened.
Work.
That was nice too.
He told me. Eventually led to starting when I came back and got out of the Army again. I started an Iraq private equity fund to buy Iraqi factories, and did buy one tomato-based factory. But then the 2009 economic crisis happened, which made it impossible to raise any more rounds. So I was in and out of the service a couple times, and so had a nice considerable time in Iraq, and then later as a contractor in Afghanistan, and now Ukraine. So it's great to be back involved in supporting what I think is a great U.S. operation supporting Ukraine.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn this down.
Totally
Well, I mean,
Oh, he's on the phone.
talking,
Yeah, I just thought about
so
it.
then we
Just flying over
can't
on
do
my own.
anything.
and really my partners have been very supportive of their leadership, and it's just been a really amazing experience. From a leadership standpoint, I think Ukraine has done a phenomenal job and has really transformed their military by working with U.S. Special Forces in 2015 through 22. And so being able to translate those lessons and be able to communicate those to the American public, since I have a background in the military and have a background in marketing and leadership, has
How far is the
really
bus
been
stop from
rewarding,
here?
and I hope it is helpful
That he
for
gets
their
off.
efforts.
Well, it's terrific what you've been able to
You serious?
do.
You- so you picked up in your car, you walked?
In Ukraine, it's been remarkable to watch
Oh.
them have successes. They extended their
Oh, that
capital
distance,
earlier
oh.
this year, and now,
Wait,
as
that's
my
for the-
colleague
that's
Jack
not
Kirk pointed out, that
the main one?
in September, they've been able
For
to
the-
recover
They got a little bit more
3,000 square
than that.
miles of territory taken by the Russians. So what's enabled the Ukrainians to have this
Oh,
success?
okay.
Near that parking lot.
Yeah, it's a really remarkable day.
Oh, so like past the skate park, past the mini
Russian
mart?
army
Yeah.
went into
A little bit
the
past the
invasion,
It's just down the road.
touted as the second best army in the world
Yeah.
after the U.S. Army, and now they've been proven to be the second best army in Ukraine after the Ukrainian army. It's been really
Oh, yeah, exactly,
an
yeah.
amazing turnaround. Where the Russians overestimated their own capabilities, they underestimated the Ukrainian capabilities and the will to fight, and they also underestimated the West's response. And I would say the West's response boils down to one thing, and it's leadership.
I heard that 8 o'clock is gonna start.
In the 2014
8 to 2 in the
invasion,
morning.
Go to
the Russians
Dennis's
invaded
thing.
Donbass and Crimea.
Show.
The world didn't really
Yeah,
do
it's
much,
like
and
Town
nobody
Park.
really
What do you
knows
do?
or cares. The difference in 2022 was all due to one thing and that one person, and that was President Zelensky. And his leadership really
I was gonna
rallied
say, then you and I
itself
can go.
in a way
Surprise
that
Dennis.
coincided
Just say, if I get out
with
right
his
away, you're not gonna
military
have it.
defeating
Well, I
the
mean,
Russian
the rains,
invasion at the Battle of Kyiv.
If it's still
Took
on,
the
I'll
Russians
shoot you a
both of
text.
them
If
simultaneously.
I get out my
They
class,
pulled
I'll
off
send it
kind of
to
like
you.
a Russian to the two miracles simultaneously. So they defeated the Russians in the Battle of Kyiv, sent them
think that would
really
definitely
back
get
towards the original line.
Yeah.
And then Zelensky simultaneously just
Now that
the whole
we're
world rallied around it.
Oh, well, I'll
You know,
get
you look
his
at
shirt, I'll wear it.
the world, not only the sanctions, but all the corporations, the Starbucks pulling out 500 biggest.
You didn't gonna mix
Oh,
on.
tsunamis waves
that
up
are
to
an
10 feet
enormous
in
loss.
Mexico.
Oh, get out of here. Wow, wow.
McDonald's abandoning that.
Crazy.
Like, all these companies, these
You know,
and
Mother
that,
Nature is
everybody's
something
just
wild.
pulling out.
I know.
It's
Sanctions
amazing.
are one thing,
Crazy
but
the
when the
way-
entire world rises up.
I feel bad for them people too. They were flooded out their homes and all that
It will have a
stuff.
long-term impact.
Crazy.
Hopefully it'll help free Ukraine.
You think it reached the houses yet?
Make Russia a better.
The water?
Oh, man.
I hope not.
I mean, this is just like,
world partner.
even before the
Yes,
hurricane
now,
hit, they're getting
you were on
waves.
a national
Yeah, oh, yeah.
news show yesterday and talked about the need for a specialized type of artillery ammunition that hits multiple spots in a circle as something that would really make a difference if the United States and NATO partners can provide it to Ukraine. So maybe you could explain that.
Sure. Yeah, that was something that could only come about by being there. So all the public data has only shared that the U.S. has provided 128 howitzers, 155 millimeter howitzers, and 810,000 rounds of artillery. They never specified in the public data what type of artillery. And it was only by being in combat in the Donbass. I was with Colonel Lee Van Arsdale, who's a former Delta Force colonel. He came with me, and a good friend of mine, and also one of our Thayer faculty, great keynote speaker from his time in Mogadishu and Panama. And we were in combat, and we realized, wow, we're firing, the Ukrainians are firing high explosive rounds. That's not the round the U.S. would call in if we were fighting the Russians. The round we would call in is called dual-purpose improved conventional munition. It is a conventional munition, but it explodes over the target and drops 88 bomblets, sub-munition.
Right.
And the reason it's called dual-purpose is because it affects both armor and personnel. The ones we're giving them are only anti-personnel. you got to be randomly lucky to get a vehicle, an armed vehicle. So if we give this to them, it'll be a game changer. And so I've been speaking about it publicly. It is now a national debate. It is
Dan, I'm sorry, we're going to have to break, but thank you so much for joining us. We hope we can do this again, and thank you for what you've been doing to support the Ukraine military.
Great to talk to you. Thanks so much, Ken. Have a good one.
You've been listening to CaMMvets Radio Report on WVOX 1460 or around the world on WVOX.com. We thank the special guest Dan Rice, President of the Thayer Group. We're check out our Facebook pages, our CaMMvets Radio Report page, our Sea Services page, our West Point Football Report page, and our basketball report page. Until next week, remember to thank a veteran.
America's great community
So get it fast.
the legacy of Bill O'Shaughnessy.
Oh, yeah, a little too high. Yep.
WVOX.
Thank you, appreciate it. So I gotta get up. That's a wrap.
COVID contradictions. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A renewed warning from Dr. Anthony Fauci.
The combination of the evolution of variants
WVOX.
as well as the seasonal aspect.
In a speech today, calling it highly likely a new variant will emerge heading into